How's it going, guys? And welcome to another Let's Talk show. Today, I'm quite excited about what we have to cover here because not only it's a very interesting topic, it can also influence what are your plans in life, and why not? It can also be related to your own personality and your own interests. We're going to talk about kids. Have you noticed that it's getting more and more frequent that a lot of people prefer to have dogs or, not even, they prefer not to be married at all. I mean, they just like to live together, having dogs and not starting a family according to the the 20th century status quo. But the ones who do decide to have kids don't deal with the same situation. Of course, some of them are like a must, but a lot of stuff has changed generationally speaking when it comes to having kids right here and right now, as it probably was perhaps 40 years ago or in the middle of the 20th century. We will discover a little bit of all of those topics and also a little bit of more in a moment. Well, that's it for me. Let's bring out our guests who have their own experiences to show right in the Let's Talk show. Without further ado, let's bring out Poncho and let's bring out Angel. Coming back to the Let's Talk show. How we doing, guys? Yeah.
Awesome, Mike. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. As I was telling you, very excited. I had a special improvised set of decoration that relates to the topic that we are covering today. Because, even though I am 30, I still feel mentally or internally like as if I was probably in my 16 year of life, or my 18th, sometimes I even in my 12th year. But this is about you guys. Before we get to your own particular situations, let me ask you about something that caught my attention while I was doing the introduction in today's show. You probably grew up on a similar age in history. Let's make it more interesting. You probably grew up in a similar generation than mine. Have you noticed some differences between what was it like to grow up in our golden years as it is to grow up right here, right now? And given the order of elimination, let's start with Angel. Why not?
Yeah, of course. I think the main difference is technology.
Okay.
I am almost 36 years old, so when I was a kid, we basically had the street to play on, and that's it. So we didn't have any cell phones, we didn't have any social media app, we didn't have artificial intelligence. Like I remember my toys were like wooden toys, or maybe very basic and simple plastic toys.
Okay.
I mean, my kids have a cell phone. They have immediate access to basically all the knowledge known to humans, right? So, I mean, that's the main difference, in my opinion.
And may I just say, now that I have you in a bigger picture, I'm loving your shirt right now. All
This is my childhood.
Nickelodeon. Mine too. All Nickelodeon characters. Wow. Let me address viewers and to invite them to participate in the comment section to mention if they can recognize any of the characters that Angel is displaying in his wonderful and colorful t-shirt. Wow. I definitely know the name of every single one of them, but I don't want to show off. Let's give the viewers a chance. Alfonso.
Okay. Well, as Angel said, things were very different. I also used to play on the street with my friends, my neighbors, and stuff like that. And I remember that I used to play video games. I'm 38. I'm 38, so I remember there were video games, the Nintendo, Super NES, and all the other ones, but I don't think it was the main form of entertainment. I think that we used to get together more often and we used to share moments in a physical way more often, like we used to have more human contact, let's say. So I think it's really different.
All right, guys. What is your, as adults, what is your perception of kids? Because I mean, kids are a whole topic to talk about many, many, many times. The point that I'm making here is that I've been hearing a lot in many footages, in videos on YouTube, in conversations about people, that people say kids nowadays are brilliant or are very intelligent with all the things that they can understand and all the things that they can do right now. But is it because of what they have in hand, or kids are actually really, really smart and we kind of like underestimate them? What is your point of view on that one, Angel?
I think that, as I mentioned before, since they have this the immediate access to all the knowledge, like summed up in one piece of plastic, cell phone,
Yeah.
they are more intelligent, of course. But also, I think that worries me a little because
Oh.
parents are not like what Poncho mentioned. This human touch with
Mhm.
kids
Yeah.
and their peers and their parents or siblings, we're kind of losing that, I don't know, human sensitivity. Yeah.
Oh.
Nowadays, it's everything, and especially with the pandemic 3 years ago, uh, not a lot of people not a lot of kids used to take their classes online. But after the pandemic proved us wrong, like I mean, everything is now online. You have to take classes online, exams. You can take courses. You can submit assignments. So I think it's good, but we can still change it. But we should do it like right away. We should go back to having this human interaction and connect with others.
Alfonso, what about you?
I think, as Ángel says, I think I'm gonna be repeating what Ángel says. I'm sorry. Like, I think it's important to to see our little children
Mhm.
as what they are. I don't know if they are smarter now or they just have more tools, but they were as smart before. I mean, we've had a lot of geniuses in the past, and there wasn't the amount of technology that we have now. The important thing is to teach our children or the new generations how to use the tools they've got properly. This is what I believe, because we probably take a lot of things for granted, and we probably waste all our intellect on TikToks. I think we run the risk of wasting our minds on irrelevant things. So I think that institutions and parents have got a lot of work to do to take advantage of the new generation's capabilities, because I think they can absorb information faster than us. I think that they can do this multitask better than us because they grew up like this. They have grown up like this, probably watching TV, listening to the radio, and and watching their cell phone at the same time. No, like so paying attention to a lot of stuff at the same time, and we had to adapt to that. No, ours was an adaptation that had to happen little by little, and they were born into this kind of world, so they are better adapted. That's what I think, and I think it's a very difficult topic, but
Of
this is what I believe.
And it was wonderful. Thank you for sharing that to us. Now, you have some situations that are suitable for today's show. Let's bring them out. Let's bring them up. Okay. You're a family man. You have kids yourself. I could talk endlessly about that matter, and I would like to start with, has there been anything that you have learned from your kids? I know that the standard issue is that as a parent, as a father, you raise the kids, you teach them stuff, etc. But sometimes kids give us lessons to remind us something, or to look at things a different way. Have you gotten any experience like that as a father?
Yeah, totally. One thing, I didn't used to be a patient guy. I think I'm still not, but with them, I am. So, like they say, kids are kids, and they are mischievous. They do things that they are not supposed to do. They are adventurous, and then they can have accidents. But I have learned to be patient, like to get in that mindset. Like, they are kids. They may not know what they're doing, so be patient, relax. Yes, I get angry at times. Yes, I also yell at times, but not as I would have. Like, I don't know, my daughter is 9, so not like 10 years ago, maybe. For some other things, for example, I don't know, when my Twitter video is not loading or something like that, I am not like really patient, but with them, I try to be, because it's for them. I mean, you if you don't love your kids, who will? Okay, so that's like my motto now. I give them a lot of love also.
All right. Now, Poncho. Well, have you ever considered forming a family? Because as I understand, you haven't taken that step. What prevents you from taking that decision, or what made you follow this route in your life?
Well, I think that my perspective has changed through time, and my reasons have also changed. Like or they have added up. Um, the first reason for not having children, in my case, is the fact that I think that the world is not a very nice place, uh, especially nowadays. I think there's a lot of violence. I think that, for example, at least Mexico is really polluted. We are missing a lot of opportunities. So that was one of my fears, when I thought about having children. I think about the overpopulation. I think that we're too many people. So that's another element that I take into account. But I also think about my personal situation. I uh, I don't have the basic element to have a family. In my opinion, the most important element is um, economic stability.
Okay.
I think that is super important. I mean, pragmatically speaking, in the aspect of education and stuff, of course, you must have moral fiber, values, and stuff like this, and they are super important. But that is the superstructure. Talking about the infrastructure, if you don't have money, I don't think you should have children. If you don't have enough money to sustain yourself, like to support your own self, why would you even think about having a baby, you know? So personally, I live almost day by day, because I haven't been very responsible. I don't like to plan very much. Right now, I don't even have a partner. So everything is against having a child in my case, you know? So that's what has brought me this way, you know, not having enough resources. And well, in this case, like not having a partner to have a baby with and stuff. But I think that 10 years ago, I was really decided about not having children. And now I'm 38, I kind of go like, oh, it would be nice. Like, I think it would be cool to have a child, etc., etc. You know, like I sometimes wonder what it would be like, but I'm still like 70% in denial, you know?
Actually, you just gave me the key for my next question, but hold that thought in a moment. We'll get into that one.
Okay.
In the meantime, Angel, is there anything that you see in your kids that you also see in yourself? Perhaps something that they inherited from you, or perhaps maybe you understand yourself a little bit better by seeing them going through certain stuff.
Yes. How eager they are to learn.
Okay.
Because my daughter just made it to fourth grade. My son is in first grade, and they like to do their homework, right? With my daughter, I have some, like, I have to try to convince her a little, but it's like, I mean, they're not super happy, no, but it's like, okay, guys, time to do your homework. And they're like, yeah, okay, what do you have to do? So I have to write some words that start with the letter S, for example, right? My daughter has to do some multiplication. So I was also eager to learn, but like we mentioned, we didn't have the access to all the things that they do now. Another thing is their likes for sports, right? We have tried a lot. I personally love soccer, and basically any sport. I can watch it. I practice soccer, but we tried like a lot of things with them. We tried ballet dancing, we tried soccer itself, we tried other sports, and I like, or I would like to imprint this idea in their minds that exercise is really important, just like my parents taught it to me.
Generational lessons. I like that.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Now, Poncho, the $1,000,000 question. When we were planning to have this show, you offered yourself to participate in it because you, and this is quoting you, you're sort of like a big kid. You said that you don't feel kind of proud of it, but I think that's taking it the wrong way. That perhaps there are some stuff within your personality that can be considered childish or immature, but I can relate to that in a big way. I sometimes feel that way, but I like me. How do you feel within yourself knowing that part of you?
Well, I have to live with it, you know? I mean,
Pretty much.
I don't know. It's just like I don't feel that I'm a very responsible person,
Okay.
and I I'm 38, but I don't feel 38. I still feel that I'm like um,
Amen.
very energetic in that aspect. I like to play a lot. I mean, I play soccer too, and I play Wednesday evenings, and I play Saturdays, and I play Sundays. So right now that I don't have a partner, because this is an important thing, when you are by yourself, you can do like whatever you want, right? Like you don't need to take another person into account. I'm not saying that it's bad to have a partner or anything, but you have to think for like about the other person. It's very important. Now,
Mhm.
I can be really selfish and I can do whatever I want, whenever I want, without telling anybody. And I love it. I honestly love it. So I think that what I'm really lacking is, like planning, like preparing for the future. I don't know. For some reason, I probably thought that I was going to die before I turned 30 or something. And I never really paid attention to the future. Now that I'm 38, I'm like, well, okay. Sometimes I do feel my age because after 5 games in a week, of course, your body is going to tell you, like, hey, you're not 25 anymore, like you need to
Yeah.
rest, you need to sleep better, you need to eat better, and stuff like that. Fortunately, I am not a person of a lot of vices. Like, I don't drink a lot. Uh, I don't have things that go against my body in general. So I think that I'm still um, very energetic and really healthy. I don't know.
That could be the
I'm okay.
tagline for this show. Like, we're not kids anymore, but we still feel like them.
Yeah.
We still feel like that. Wow. And I prepared something for right now. This was sort of like an experiment in some previous shows, and I left it to the side. I don't know why, but I would like to dust it out and incorporate it for this one. And I'm talking about, to wrap things up, let's bring out the heart-warming question. And it's suitable for this one because what I want you to do right now is to picture in your heads little Angel and little Poncho, yourselves as kids. Having you turned into adults, having learned a lot from your experience, from the years that you have lived, what would you say to little Angel and to little Poncho? Ángel, let's start.
Um, although although I'm happy with the life I've lived, I would tell little Angel to enjoy childhood more because when we're kids, it seems like it will last forever, but it doesn't. So the in the blink of an eye, you are 15, 16, and you have to start maybe working, you have to start with other obligations. And like I said, even though I think I enjoyed my childhood, it it happened so fast that
Oh,
I would give the world to live it again, right? Having like a second, third, fourth childhood, because like we said, it was so great. It was so great, and I think the point that Poncho made, like we didn't have a lot of technology, and we have human contact. That made it great. We used to have great friends. We used to play like countless hours outside, like for 12 hours or even more. I remember when I was on vacations that I would not come home like in 10 hours because I was playing outside, and it was so cool, right? Too sad it's gone. Forget.
the good old times.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Angel. What about you, Poncho? What would you say to little Poncho?
I would say pay attention, you know? I would say that. Like, pay attention to your time, pay attention to the moments that are the highlights, you know, like the moments when you are the happiest, learn from the saddest, and really, uh, uh, yeah, like pay attention in every aspect, you know, because right now what I miss or what I kind of miss are some memories, you know. I had a problem. It's called Cushing syndrome, and I kind of lost some of my memories. It's like if they had been erased. So I know that I had a good childhood, but there are moments that I really cannot remember really well. So that's one of the things. But like the paying attention is like pay attention to what you want to do in your life. Like pay attention so you can know what you want to be or what you want to do in the future, you know?
All right.
Um, learn stuff, and know what you want since you are a child. Don't waste your time. I'm not saying like take everything seriously and stuff like that, but be disciplined, pay attention. I think that those two things would be like super cool to have known them or really appreciated that advice. I don't know if somebody gave it to me and I didn't listen, but that would have been like super good to have somebody tell me like, this is not forever. So really cherish these moments, but do pay attention so you can know what you want to do in the future. No, I think that would be it.
Both of you shared both beautiful and deep testimonies, and I thank you guys for it, as I thank you for taking time to participate once more in our show. You're always welcome. I appreciate, guys. Thanks a lot.
I thank you, Mike.
And for all of our viewers, that's it for today. But be sure to tune in every single week for more of the Let's Talk Show, different topics, different points to discuss, etc. And also, it could help you to practice your English more and more and more and more. Angel was with us, Poncho was with us, and he will also be in charge of the editing. Say hello to him. Hey! Eric Rios was in the controls. I am Mike. Good night. Mwah! And good night. Bye!